Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. It is getting pretty active. I'm going to get you right to it. So it is 6:19 p.m. and definitely seeing these storms pass through the Northwest Arkansas area. So we got high heat and cooling mega Doppler right now showing this is a considerable severe storm moving through the Bentonville and Fayetteville area. So zooming in on this storm, we're seeing 70-mile-per-hour winds and some large hail. So if you live in the Springdale area, the Fayetteville area, you are going to be seeing this storm pass right through the area. So definitely you need to take this warning seriously. This is not your general severe storm. This is a considerable one. So again, we've got those winds to deal with here, and you can see the warning polygon right there. And it does include a whole lot of Washington County, a lot of Benton County. And these storms just popped up out of nowhere. It's because it's so hot, it's so humid. And that's why we're seeing these strong storms. I'm sure you noticed earlier during the day, that humidity was just insane. So definitely have to take these storms seriously. So again, we're looking at the Springdale area. That's where the heavy rain is falling. There is a little bit of hail with this storm too. And you can see that storm right there on the live Doppler radar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in to actually do a little TV hit here. So I kind of have to make a little hit. So you can see the movement of this storm is moving to the south, moving from the north to the south. There is a frontal boundary that is coming through the area. And that is the focus for these storms. So definitely looks stormy. I can show you a camera. Check out this Rogers camera right here. This camera is showing the back end of that storm. Earlier, this camera was lit up with rain, with some lightning, with a whole lot. But right now it's looking pretty quiet. So, but this storm is moving towards the Fayetteville area, and then the winds are definitely increasing. So Josh is definitely right. The winds are definitely ramping up in the Fayetteville area right now. So that's probably the main threat with these storms. We just had a little power surge behind me. The lights in the studio kind of doing some weird things. But again, here's that storm. And yeah, power outages, that is definitely going to be a factor for us as we go throughout the duration of this storm. So again, the Fayetteville area, that is the storm right here. And what we should do is we should get the storm motion into a storm track and show you what time these winds are going to be entering your area. So this storm is moving pretty quickly, 45 miles per hour. So we can see it right here. Need to load up the best radar. Again, the Greenland area, Elkins, you're about to see those winds come through. Seems like we just had these types of storms pass through. We're doing it again. So here's the timing. Timing of those winds. So again, the West Fork area, around 6:30. And we are not yet done with these storms. So even after these storms fizzle out, we're going to be seeing some more storm potential. So, okay. Do you know how long this break is going to be? Jacob? Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so when the minute and a half is winding down, just count me down, and then we can end it and then go back to the TV programming. All right, sounds good. But can you let me know like a minute out from that hit? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do a live TV hit with these storms here in a couple of minutes. But again, this is hopped on here because this is a considerable severe storm moving right through downtown Fayetteville. Oh yeah. All right. If we're in the national booth. Doing this quick update on this Sunday evening because we have severe storms moving through the area. Here is Mega Doppler showing some heavy rain, a whole lot of lightning passing right through downtown Springdale. Fayetteville area is seeing some 70-mile-per-hour winds moving through the area. So if you live in the Fayetteville area, you're going to want to definitely maybe even get to your safe place with these winds. You can see that polygon right there. It does include Fayetteville, West Fork, Winslow area. Now, if you're wondering when these winds are going to be affecting you, here is that timeline. Again, the West Fork area around 5:30 and then actually 6:30, a little bit cut off there. Beyond that, the Japton area, we're going to be seeing these severe storms and severe weather will be in the forecast for the rest of this evening. We have this watch right here tapering off at around 10 p.m. and we will cut back in if need be. Until then, thanks for keeping it here and tune back in for some more coverage. Okay, so back after doing that little cut in, and some areas are getting chopped off from this warning, and I can show you that right now. It's crazy how it went just from having no storms to these storms just firing up. And here's that storm right there that we're doing these cut-ins for. Again, most of Springdale, you're good with these winds. I'm sure there was some damage. So if you have any damage pictures, any damage reports, make sure to send them in, and we can share those. But as of right now, Fayetteville area, you were under the gun for this storm. Let me fix this graphic. Move that over a little bit. Yeah, seeing some comments. It's hard to get to the comments. They're streaming in here, but again, here's the radar. The storm is moving pretty quickly, and Fayetteville area seeing those winds. And again, this is not your typical severe storm here. This is your considerable. So it's an upgraded severe storm. We've got 70-mile-per-hour winds. Let's see if there's some hail. So yeah, there is a pretty substantial hail core moving through the Farmington area. Those orange colors, that is anywhere from 1 inch to maybe even as high as 2 inches. So I know if you read the little write-up that the National Weather Service put out, they said half-dollar size hail. That's going to be a possibility. So with these storms, when they just pop up like this, the elevated storms, when it's so humid, when we have a lot of instability, hail is going to be a pretty big factor. But April, any chance of tornadoes? That is a very slim to none answer for you on that one. We're looking at mainly winds. I think that's the main threat with these storms. These storms tend to just blow up in the atmosphere and then just collapse down because there's not much upper level support with these storms. And we're looking at some hail right here. That is a secondary threat for us too. So the Farmington area, just west of Fayetteville, that's where that hail core is. And this line is going to continue to travel southward throughout the area. Yeah, these storms are moving pretty fast, 45 miles per hour with these storms here. So pretty similar situation to what happened last Friday with these storms entering northwest Arkansas with these winds, then traveling down to the river valley. And that's what we're looking at. So let's see what some of our Fayetteville cameras look like. Oh, this camera was probably knocked out of power and then turned back on. Let me fix that. Yeah, just shrouded in rain, the Fayetteville area. See if we can look at another camera. So I Posey Mountains down. It's not good. How about Graduate Hotel? Yeah, so you can see the wind. The wind is pushing the rain, so it looks like the rain is falling horizontally. So definitely a lot of wind and rain with these storms. The hail is noteworthy too. Earlier, that Rogers camera, you can see the hail on the camera, but as of right now, the Rogers area is pretty much in the clear from this storm. As we zoom out, we can see Bentonville Rogers, you are now north of that storm. Probably still seeing some lightning issues, especially in the Lowell area, Springdale. But as far as the wind that's going through Fayetteville, the people who are next up for these winds are going to be Elkins, West Fork, Durham, Brentwood, and then eventually Winslow. And this storm will continue to travel southward. That's kind of what these storms do. They just blow up and then they collapse in this type of setup. And that's when we look at the microburst potential. So this storm will keep traveling southward into Crawford County. Portions of western Madison County, you are in this severe storm warning too. So when we're talking 70-mile-per-hour winds, that is no joke. You need to definitely take this storm seriously. And that's why we're going on TV and doing cut-ins on the during the commercial breaks. With the storm right here. So the winds are moving south of the Fayetteville area. I'm seeing comments about tornado threats. Again, tornado threat, that is very low, but we don't want to let our guard down on that. Yeah, so really no tight areas of circulation. So not too worried about that, but the wind is definitely worth noting. With these storms. So we're live on social media, 6:32 p.m. and lots going on. These storms just fired up and with purpose. Again, just south of us, we're seeing severe weather across south central Arkansas, but northwest Arkansas is where these storms are really having the highest impacts, and there is some hail too with these storms. So again, right now the hail core is just west of the Fayetteville area. Yeah, Bridget. Yeah, I see that comment right there. You lost some trees in Highfill. So definitely see probably some power outages. Definitely that's probably going to be an issue. Could probably check up on that. But as of right now, we just had this one severe storm, but it is a considerable severe storm with a whole lot of hail. Moving through the Farmington area, Fayetteville seeing some of that hail too. Goshen area seeing some of that hail, and yeah, no power in Lowell. I see that comment right there. Yeah, this storm probably caught a lot of people by surprise because it was quiet, and then these storms just blew up. So, all right, Chris, thanks for that photo. Definitely some good amount of hail with these storms too. So I'm gonna go back and see when the next cut in is because we should really go on TV as much as possible with this storm. So just okay, back. Just talk to the production about some live TV cut-ins. So definitely here is the area of concern right here. Washington County, Fayetteville, seeing some heavy rain, seeing some hail too. You see the hail size, the oranges. That is the biggest right there. So maybe even up to around half dollar size. So Prairie Grove, you're about to see some hail. And what these storms do is they come out of nowhere, they fire up, and then they just collapse. And then as they collapse, they produce some pretty strong winds, considerable severe winds actually. And that's why this is not your average severe storm warning. It's going to be in effect for about 8 more minutes. So, okay. Yep, let's do it. Yep. Yep, let's do it. Yeah, you can see that downburst potential. Yeah, those are some strong winds right there. Those bright greens approaching 60 miles per hour. So we've got the winds, we've got the hail, and we've got some heavy rain. And this is a considerable severe storm warning. Yeah, here's a great comment right here. So if you live in a mobile home, 70-mile-per-hour winds, that could tip over that mobile home. So you definitely need to find some shelter with this storm. We're not seeing any tornado potential with this, but these are straight line winds. And here's that hail again. There's a whole lot of lightning with this storm too. And notice how that lightning even extends down into Winslow. So even if you're not right over all the precipitation, you still have some lightning threats. Very strong winds. Those shades of blue, maybe approaching. Yeah, I think they're gonna extend this considerable warning tag. I think they're gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely seeing a whole lot of rain. Now, flooding concerns are not really there because the storm is moving so fast, but those are the winds right there. So just south of the Fayetteville area, the blue shades, that is up to 75, 80 mile per hour winds. Yeah, they might upgrade this severe storm warning, and if they do, then I'll let you know about it. So storms are still moving pretty quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I was showing the loop. It's just that these storms are moving so fast. It's just that they're moving to the southeast. Fix this. Let me show you what I'm doing. It's a good estimate. Yeah, so we're about to go on TV again in 2 minutes and get you up to speed with this storm. I probably should show the velocity. Yeah, see, that is where the strongest winds are. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing for this hit here. Storms are going so fast. All right. Can you ask him how long the cut is? All right. All right, about to do another cut in about 1 minute. All right. Okay. So you can see the line right there. This warning will be in effect for about 2 more minutes. Be interesting to see what they do. Moving southeast, 45 miles per hour. Interrupting this programming for a severe weather update. Here is how heat and cooling mega Doppler is showing a line of storms moving through northwest Arkansas. We have a new severe storm warning right there, a extension of what this one is. So again, this is not your typical severe storm. This is a considerable severe storm. So what that means is we're seeing 70-mile-per-hour winds. Seems like these storms just popped up out of nowhere. We have that warning right there. Now you can see the alarm is blaring in the background. Looks like Brian turned that one off. So here's that newest severe storm warning tag that is in effect until 7:30 p.m. So again, it is still a considerable storm as the storm continues to drop southward. Now the Fort Smith area just getting clipped by this severe storm. So this storm is moving pretty fast, and here is what we are concerned with: these winds. So these winds are approaching 70 miles per hour. You see those lighter greens, maybe even turning blue. Those are some damaging winds. So even life-threatening winds. So these types of winds, you want to be in your safe place, especially in those mobile homes. You do not want to be in that. Here is the timing of those winds. Again, Mountainburg area around 7. We still have this severe thunderstorm watch in effect through 10 p.m. this evening. And then again tonight, we have some more chances for storms. Should make sure to keep it here. We'll jump back on if need be. All right, well, that was a cut in. That was a cut in. So, looks like they extended this considerable severe storm. So it's in a pretty rural area. If this holds together as we go into the Fort Smith area, I think we might have to stay on the air here. So the next break is 30 minutes. Is that the next national break is 30 minutes now? 30? Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you know what's on TV? American TV. All right. What about Fox? All right. So still doing the storm coverage here. We're not going to drop off because again, this is a considerable severe storm. Yeah. So the velocity is definitely impressive with this. And that's where these winds are. So the West Fork area, Brentwood. Yeah, those are some the blue color that is approaching 75 miles per hour. So those are just some destructive winds for sure. And this has been extended. It's going to be going through 7:30 now. America Funny Videos is on Fox. Yeah. Yep. So that's what the storm is doing. Could definitely see the storm outflow, like that green area right there. Can definitely see it. We got Maps for Chef and the NFL. Okay. What time is the NFL going to start? Right after Maps Chef. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. So we'll see what the storm does. Here's the latest info on that newest severe storm. So Crawford, Franklin, Madison, and Washington County. That's what this storm is for. Now, hail is still there, but the winds is definitely the major concern for us. The Winslow area, you're about to see those rains pick up. See the back edge of this storm system from the Fayetteville, Mount Sequoia camera. And there's that storm. They're just crazy high echo tops. It's just so humid. There's so much instability. These storms just blow up. So if you live in the Cedarville area, the Mulberry area, Ozark, that's where this storm is going. Franklin County. Just pause this right here. So still some healthy hail cores. Southeast of West Fork, south of Prairie Grove, southeast of Wesley. Pretty rural area. But these storms are heading down into the river valley. See if they hold together. They're moving pretty fast. 45 miles per hour. Still moving at 45 miles per hour, by the way, with these storms. You still have a severe storm watch. Now, if you're in Bentonville, it's quiet. The sun is back out, but here in the Fort Smith area, it's not looking very friendly. That's looking west. Definitely seeing some dark skies looking north from the Fort Smith area. See Miss Laura's. Yep, there's a pole. Definitely some dark skies. Yeah, I'm sure there's some accidents. Yeah, definitely. You don't want to be out on the roads in something like this. Because if you are, then here's what can happen. You can hydroplane, you can just visibility goes down to zero, especially with these heavy rains. And here's where the rains are going. They're going right to Interstate 40. So Fayetteville area, things are starting to calm down. But the Winslow area, things are not starting to calm down. Hmm. Yeah, so storms are going more southerly direction now than what they were earlier. Hmm. Yeah, so there is a lot of wind shear here. And as far as the tornado potential, we do have to think about that if the storms start to move in a more easterly direction. If they're dropping south, then it should be good. But that area by St. Paul right there, again, the potential for tornadoes is very low, but we can't let the guard down. Right now, we're just seeing the straight line winds. The Winslow area, definitely seeing that. Hail core is going up over this just north of St. Paul. So these are look at the hail cores. Brentwood area, seeing a little bit of hail. Southwest of West Fork. Again, this severe storm warning is going through 7:30. So not really any sign of weakening. Yeah, I saw that, Bradley. A bit of influence in Madison County. So we definitely have to watch out for that. And that's why we're not leaving. We're staying on. These winds are going through a pretty rural area, but pretty soon they're going to be down in the Fort Smith area. And they just had those winds just a couple nights ago. So that's a still image, the latest radar image. You see these storms just racing south. We got half-dollar sized hail, and we've got the 70-mile-per-hour winds. It looks like the reflectivity is kind of decreasing a little bit on that latest scan, and that's because the outflow is racing out ahead of these storms. So we're getting cooler air that is getting absorbed by the storm at the surface because of the cooler downbursts. But we're gonna go on and do a cut in when the next national break has on TV. But as of right now, let's look at that storm. And we do have to watch for tornado potential, especially right that St. Paul area. I don't like the looks of that. So there is a lot of wind shear, and we have to watch for that. A lot of storm reports. Some pictures of some pretty serious hail in the NWS chat. Yeah, so Kenzie, so we're not yet done with these storms. There will be some more storm potential later on tonight, but because of what we're seeing now, the atmosphere will be a lot less unstable. So the storm potential, as far as severe weather, is going to be less for tonight, but there is still that potential for some storms tonight. Hope that answers your question there. As we zoom out, looking pretty quiet north of us, we're still seeing that severe storm right there. So I'll give you the information on that. Move this down a little bit. So Crawford, Franklin, Madison, and Washington County is the latest on this warning. That was a mountain bird camera. Do a latest wind track here. So Fort Smith area is looking like around 725 for these winds. Probably a little bit overdone. So Alma area around 715. But these storms have a tendency to speed up as they collapse. Very strong winds. So again, the severe storm warning goes until 7:30. Will probably be extended. It includes eastern portions of downtown Fort Smith. Reports of no power in Rogers. Yeah, it must feel a whole lot cooler behind that storm. Temperatures are probably a lot less. And that humidity probably got knocked down too. But you can see behind that area of storms is pretty quiet to our north. We still have this severe storm watch in effect through 10 p.m. And more storms are possible tonight. Definitely cooling off a little bit. Oh, yeah, Fayetteville's in the 70s. Look at that temperature difference: 73 in Fayetteville and 99 in Fort Smith. We do want to get back to the radar though. We're going to have base velocity. Now, these winds are very strong. They're 60, approaching 70-mile-per-hour winds in the Chester area, south of Winslow. Pretty rural area, moving towards the Mountainburg area. See our mountain bird camera. Cartwright Mountain. Having trouble connecting. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, so just shrouded in rain, wind. Does not look very friendly. So again, here you're looking at Mountainberg right there. So the winds are surging out ahead of Mountainberg. So pretty soon it's going to be in the Van Buren area. And I'm going to step back and see what time we're going to go on. So next cut in is 7:15, but I still have that considerable tag for the 70-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, I can show you those winds right here. So yeah, the Rudy, Cedarville, Alma, Mulberry. That's the leading edge of those strong winds. See your comment right there, Bradley. So if you live in the Rudy area, I would probably be in your safe place because 70-mile-per-hour winds can cause some serious damage. It's approaching EF0 strength. Yeah, so tonight there will be chances for storms, but the severe storm threat will be a little bit less. We're just staying in this active northwest flow pattern. But that is the area of concern. The leading edge, those bright greens, that is some strong wind. Still tracking this storm. Again, 7:30 is when this will expire. But this is a considerable severe storm warning. It's a pretty rural area, but it's about to impact Alma. And the Rudy area is probably already seeing those winds. Yeah, so so the wind is about Cat 1 hurricane status. And this storm is moving pretty fast. So if you're not experiencing the winds yet, you will be pretty soon. And you can see this warning is just clipping eastern parts of Fort Smith. The hail core is definitely decreasing, but there is still some hail, very rural areas. I do need a Baja Blast. No power at Mountainburg. See if our camera's still up. That's Cartwright Mountain. See a lot of comments about people without power. Hopefully it comes back on soon. Interesting to see what the count is. Yes, so Washington County, about 3,000 people out with power. North of this, not much going on. So Fayetteville area is definitely a lot quieter. Fort Smith is quiet now, but it's not going to stay that way for long. Here's Fort Smith, Miss Laura's camera looking north. Definitely seeing some dark skies, a shelf cloud moving in. Here's Public Library camera looking north. Yeah, Van Buren, you're about to get some serious winds. Looks like they just extended the severe storm warning. Or actually, they issued a new one. See us right there. That's probably for the hail. This is for Logan and Johnson County. It's just a general severe storm, but they're getting a lot of hail. Just on the border of Johnson County. That's about to be out of the coverage area. But we're concerned about these winds. They're still pretty high. I think they might downgrade this to a general severe storm warning. See, the wind speeds might be decreasing a little bit. I hope that's the case. But as of right now, the Alma area, you're about to be getting some pretty serious winds here. See, the movement of these storms kind of more southeasterly now. We're about to do a cut in on the TV here. Yeah, Mary Fisher, you're in Alma. I would definitely get to your safe place right now with these 70-mile-per-hour winds. So I'm going to get ready for this cut in here. That one. Another severe storm warning. Yeah, so it's just a general severe storm warning. This one, Johnson, Logan, and Newton County until 8 p.m. Got it. So the map looks a little bit messy. We have 3 severe storm warnings. You see the movement of these storms right there. Do some timing. This computer is going slow. So there's going to be a cut in coming up in about a minute. So I'm just quickly just making this show here. Come on. All right, stand by for an update. Breaking into programming because we have severe weather ongoing. Here is how heating and cooling mega Doppler showing a line of severe storms moving through the area. We can see we have a considerable severe storm warning. That is that far left polygon, and that means that we're seeing some 70-mile-per-hour winds. The map looks a bit messy. We have 3 severe storm warnings moving just north of Interstate 40. So if you plan on heading out on Interstate 40 in the next few minutes, definitely you want to rethink that. I would not recommend doing that. That can be very hazardous, even life-threatening, especially with the winds that we're seeing right here. So especially in the Alma area, we're just about to see those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We can zoom in on that. Look at this is the area of concern. So these are the winds that are coming out of these storms as the storm collapses. These storms just blew up, and as they collapse, the winds just push forward. And these winds are up to 70 miles per hour. Ozark seeing those too. So here is that timing. Again, the Coal Hill area, 7:23. Beyond that, London, 7:43. Boonville following around 7:48 p.m. So it's pretty active evening for us. There will be some more storm potential tonight. We have this severe storm watch from now through 10 p.m. for those counties in the pink. And thanks for choosing us. We will come back on later on if need be. All right, so yeah, Kimberly and Van Buren, definitely windy in Van Buren. See those storms racing through the coverage area. Severe storms just keep popping up. So you can see these storms are kind of collapsing. But the Fort Smith area, you're about to see those winds. A lot of people talking about losing power in the comments. So we got 3 severe storm warnings. That one that includes Johnson and northern Logan County, that will expire at 8 p.m. And the one that is considerable, that just clips Fort Smith, that will expire at 7:30 p.m. Now that's really the area of concern. Now the storms, the 2 right polygons, those are for hail. Mainly, we can see definitely seeing some pretty substantial hail in far eastern Johnson County there. Yeah, so 2 inches potentially. Yeah, seen a lot of people asking about storms tonight. Now, people want to see future track models. I tell you what, they are going to be doing a horrible job handling what's going to be happening tonight. Because I don't think any of the models had these storms coming through Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, here's the area of concern: the winds. So the light green colors, those are the strongest winds, and they're moving towards the Fort Smith area. I think they're gonna alter this severe storm warning pretty soon here. The hail is moving out of the coverage area. So really no hail threat for the considerable storm, that polygon right there. We're just seeing the wind threat because those storms are collapsing. They're losing strength. But as they lose strength, they kind of pick up speed. And you can see the leading edge of those winds moving towards the Fort Smith area. So, what's going on?
Oh, just looked at I'd say it's 17 or 18 months for the break.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to still get the same about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just talking with the director there about when to go on next. But storms are losing steam. They're dying out. Because you can see how strong they were earlier. If we go back, those storms mean business. And then as they drop south, the cold air pushed out ahead of the storm. At the surface, the storms went over the cold air, and it really causes them to decay. And that's what we're seeing. Check out the mountain bird camera. A little bit of a rainbow. There it is. Oh, come on. How about that view? A double rainbow. Some clouds coming through. Yeah, you got a great view of the gold right there. And that's because Mountainberg is starting to see a little bit of clearing. But we're still tracking these storms live on social media, going on the air when need be. So 7:23 p.m. here on this Sunday. Appreciate everybody for hanging on here. If you live in Northwest Arkansas, looking pretty good. It's looking quiet. But River Valley, you're about to see those winds.
3752. Next one.
Okay. Yep. Do that. I do expect them to drop off that considerable tag for sure. And if they do that, then we could probably stop cutting into TV. So the winds we can zoom in on that again. Get really close to the radar, but the Fort Smith area is about to start seeing some of those winds. We still have that double rainbow at the Mountainberg, or the yeah, the Mountainberg Cartwright Mountain camera. But again, you see the lighter green areas. So I saw a comment about Van Buren, Kimberly's, and Van Buren. Well, you just had those winds pick up big time, and you're still experiencing the winds. Fort Smith area is about to get a bit gusty, but this whole system here is definitely losing steam. You see if you go to the reflectivity. A lot less precipitation, but still some lightning though, especially in our eastern counties. I think they're going to drop off that severe storm warning for the Fort Smith area. So here's the outflow. That little reflectivity spike from that goes through Roland, Fort Smith, Lavaca, up into pretty rural area here, Peter Pender. That's where the winds are gusting out from the storm. Yeah, but some people saw some pretty heavy rainfall totals. I'm sure it's getting windy in Fort Smith. See the There's a Fort Smith Public Library camera. It's like a Miss Laura's. Here's a view of Miss Laura's. See the flags whipping. Those are outflow winds. And you can see the brighter greens. Those are the winds that we're watching. So people are asking about rain later on tonight. I will show you that future track once these storms die off here, and it looks like they're doing that. The hail is moving out of the coverage area, and the winds are really dropping off too, which is good. Got about 2 more minutes on this severe storm warning. Just got issued a new severe storm warning. Let's see what that one's for. It's an extension. So they did extend this severe storm warning. So let's go to this one. So, all right, it is now just a normal severe storm warning. You can really see the outflow winds on this radar right here. So the extension of that considerable has been downgraded into just your average severe storm, but you still need to pay close attention to these warnings as they continue to be issued. But this one is for Crawford County. Get you an idea of the motion of these storms. Moving southeasterly. And this latest severe storm is probably strictly for wind. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Storm is moving south around 40 miles per hour. So could probably get you a storm track. That's probably the best thing to do. Just track out where these winds are going to be going. So if you live in these areas, here's a rough estimate of where these 60-mile-per-hour winds are going to be entering the area. So you got Paris, Arkansas around 7:30, Greenwood around 7:36, Boonville 7:42, Hackett 7:46. Beyond that, and then the Waldron area is going to get in on this wind around 8:08 p.m. So just after sunset. Sun is setting a lot earlier. I think tonight is 8:01 or 8:02. Still windy in Fort Smith, but check out the clearing north of those storms. And I'm sure it's starting to feel a whole lot cooler because earlier during the day, they had heat index values around 116 in Fort Smith. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be cooling down next week. It's going to be looking a lot better. But as far as these storms, they seem to be weakening. We're on a weakening trend here. And the hail is moving out of the area. We still have a little bit of winds to deal with, some outflow winds. And some pretty heavy rain for some. This line just keeps trekking. So just overviewing each severe storm, this most latest severe storm is going to be going until 8:15 p.m. That includes Crawford, Franklin, and Sebastian County. Cities who are going to be impacted by these winds are Fort Smith, Greenwood, and Van Buren. To the east of that, we have another severe storm warning. That's for Johnson, Logan, and Newton County through 8 p.m. This is for some hail and for some wind. And then further east, just clipping Johnson County, including clipping Logan County too. This is for some hail as well. And you might be wondering why these storms are happening. There is a cold front moving through. And yeah, your ears did not deceive you. It is a cold front. Forgot to turn these lights on. Yeah, so we have a cold front moving through. And that is cooling us down. Wouldn't it be a nice sunset? Check out temperatures in Fayetteville, 73 degrees. Fort Smith still reading 99, but it's going to be cooling down soon. So many labels that pop up. Makes it confusing. But just in general, on this line, the western portion, you're seeing the wind. So that includes the Fort Smith area. And then the further east you go, the less wind you're going to have. And that's the movement, just racing through the coverage area. The wind is definitely going down in strength. But this map, you have to keep updating it. So now we're tracking the winds, and they're definitely dropping south pretty quickly. So the Greenwood area, yeah, a couple minutes, you're going to be seeing some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Beyond that, Boonville around 7:46 p.m. Hartford 8:04, West Hartford 8:07. Finally, in Waldron at around 8:12. We have a great camera in Waldron, by the way, and here it is right here. Move this pointed north, east. See that shelf cloud right there? Tracking it from Waldron. East. Okay, so we're about to go on TV and do another cut-in. So it's 7:37, and I've got that ready. Let me get a Waldron camera. Where are you? Here we are. Now, is this camera going to work in the scene? Let's see if it does. Yeah, hey, it did. Look at that. Pretty optimistic about this cut-in then, just because that works. All right, stand by for a live update. Breaking into this coverage because we have some severe weather ongoing. Here's Heil Heating, Cooling Megadoppler showing a line of storms racing through the area. Now, earlier during the evening, these storms were producing 70-mile-per-hour considerable severe winds. They have been downgraded, still producing some severe wind gusts. You can see the outflow right there about to enter the Greenwood area. We are seeing a little bit of hail with these storms too, but that is mainly east of us. Here's a look from the Waldron camera at these storms moving in north. That was a pretty impressive shelf cloud moving in, and we can see live Doppler radar. If you're in the northwest Arkansas area, definitely seeing calmer weather, but check out all these severe storm warnings lined up. These are traveling southward, and they will be continuing to travel southward into Scott County pretty soon. And thanks for choosing us. We're going to come back on later on if need be, if these storms do not weaken. Okay, that was cut in. The storms are definitely weakening, which is good news, because earlier they were definitely strong. Now a weakening trend. I'd like to see that. Pretty impressive view. You can see it right there. Great camera. Some rain over there to the northeast. Winds are racing through with these storms are going really, really fast. And for a second, I'm going to put this stream on pause for a second here. But so a lot of people are asking about later on tonight because we still have that severe storm watch through 10 p.m. And even later on, late tonight, like maybe like 3 or 4 a.m., we could be seeing some more storms. So let's look at some computer models for later on tonight. Again, this is not the radar. It's finally picking up on these storms. Let's see what happens later on tonight. So you have some redevelopment around 2:30. The models have been pretty consistent with some more redevelopment late tonight into Monday morning. But I do expect these storms to be a lot weaker because the atmosphere is definitely worked over. And if you're in Northwest Arkansas, you can definitely feel the cooler air. It just feels amazing. We're in the 70s after days approaching the triple digits. And then Monday afternoon should be real nice. Let's see what the graph model does. Wow, we're not really showing any kind of activity right now. Yeah, tonight it has some stuff. The NAM. Yeah, so they're so the models are pretty consistent of showing some more storms later on tonight. I see your comment there, Craig, hearing 2 people talking. Not sure why. Is anybody else having that issue? So the reason why we're not on TV right now is because these storms are decreasing in strength. They were considerable. We were doing cut-ins earlier, but definitely weakening and about to move out of the coverage area. But a lot of people seeing some power outages. Latest numbers: Madison County, 1,000 people, 1,200 actually. So definitely not as bad as what happened Friday night, but still worth talking about. We have a new severe storm warning. Can get your latest info on that one. I assume it's just for 60-mile-per-hour winds, maybe up to quarter-size hail. Yep. So this one goes to 8:30. It's just clipping Johnston and Logan County, and it's going to be out of the area pretty soon. Can show you if any hail is actually coming down in the forecast area. Hail is definitely on a weakening trend. Definitely. So you've got what's going on, Casey?
What times are these watches and things supposed to expire?
Well, the severe storm watch is going to be in effect till 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
And storms are leaving the area. I mean,
Yeah.
hail is going down, the winds are decreasing.
And is this it?
There's gonna be some more storms later on tonight, but it's gonna be well after the 10 p.m.
Got it.
So as far as like this evening through midnights, it's gonna be pretty quiet once this line leaves. But we're still tracking some wind in the River Valley area, and the storms are just racing through. You can see the motion right there. And I'm talking to Casey later on, where you can wave, Casey.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Yeah,
We'll be
because
talking some weather later on.
yeah, just another stormy day. We had the pretty similar setup with what happened Friday night. You had these storms just drop south through the area. and can show you where those winds are going to be going. Do a storm track on that. So this little reflectivity spike that goes through Greenwood, Boonville area, those are the 60-mile-per-hour winds. And here's where they're going to be going. So Boonville area, pretty much right now, those winds are definitely picking up. Spiro, pretty shortly, 751. Panama 802, Waldron 810, Poto a little bit later than that, and then finally down into Rich Mountain by around 837. But yeah, here the storm is right there. There's some cameras. A lot quieter in Rogers. I'm sure it's a whole lot cooler too. Waldron is still warm, but pretty soon temperatures are going to drop like a rock. Can guarantee it. So right now in Waldron it's probably around 100 degrees, but once the winds start coming in from the north, it's going to feel a whole lot better. Storms are going fast. Seeing a whole lot of lightning too. See, even though the shelf cloud might look cool, you don't want to go outside and try and get a picture of it, because look at all this lightning with it. Highly electrified storms. Just because there's so much instability, it is so humid. These storms are super tall, and there's just more room for charge to build up in these storms. Let's see how tall these storms are. You're up to 60,000 feet. Potentially. Severe storms are getting dropped across the area. But you can see the outflow winds just south of Greenwood, pushing through Southern River Valley. Go check I-Drive Arkansas. Hopefully there was no more wrecks. But Interstate 40 got pounded with the wind and with the rain. And here's a look at those winds, at the track of those winds. You can see that outflow from the decaying storms really pushing southward. Some heavy rain in eastern Johnson and eastern Logan County. Some large hail just southeast of Clarksville. About to move into Knoxville. Okay, so those winds are definitely losing steam. Wind just came through Jenny Land, south of Fort Smith. Just breezy, nothing severe. Appreciate the update. Appreciate the update for sure. Yeah, the winds are definitely losing steam. Now, the stronger winds used to be green because that was going towards the radar, and now the winds are going away from the radar, so they're going to be red as far as the color table goes here. So the lighter reds, those are going to be the strongest winds. Fort Coffee, Bacola, Hackett. But these winds, the radar is estimating 30 miles per hour, maybe even up to 40. But the winds earlier were 70 miles per hour, so the winds are definitely decreasing in strength, and that's what we'd like to see. So yeah, we could still see some storms later on tonight. But I'm going to stay on here until these severe storms go away. So yeah, these storms really just blew up and caused some serious issues for the Northwest Arkansas area. But now we're definitely cooling down. Here's a Waldron view. The 70s in Fayetteville. Fort Smith, see the didn't really get the brunt of those downdraft winds. So they didn't really get a whole lot of cooling. Still, 87 feels a lot better than what it was earlier. It was around 100. Poto's still pretty hot, but they haven't had the outflow winds yet, so they're just about to have that. And then we're gonna have a break in the action with some more storms tonight. Just don't get a break with these storms. And we are gonna do a newscast here at 8:30. We're gonna record the Fox 24 News at 9. We're gonna record it at 8:30 and then have it being played at 10 because there's a football game on the Fox channel. That's the reason why we're doing that. So you might be wondering why there's no Fox 24 News at 9. Precip is really going down. Still seeing some hail in Logan County, though. South of Knoxville, that's some severe hail. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, you're probably in the worst part of the storm right now. That's your hail core just south of Knoxville. Some heavy rain, a whole lot of lightning. But these storms are going to be moving out pretty quickly. Wonder if they're going to keep this severe storm warning for Crawford County. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah. So we can see what these storms did. See how much rain they produced. They did produce a lot of rain. A lot of reports of hail, of wind. Let's look at some of these reports. So just northeast of Heifel, 56 knot wind gust. Springdale, 51 mile per hour, 59 mile per hour wind. Some tree limbs in Johnson. Numerous reports of trees down in Fayetteville. Yep, that's what that says. .58 mile per hour wind gust at Drake Field. Some hail reports. 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, so the worst winds were definitely in northwest Arkansas, it seems like. Power lines down in Crawford County and Dyer. That's probably why people are out of power in that area. Numerous trees down in Franklin County. Several trees down in Hunt in Johnson County. Power lines down in Clarksville. Pretty impressive rainfall totals, especially southeast of us. For us, some people might have gotten an inch, maybe up to 2 inches of rain. And we still do need the rain, so that's kind of good. Oh, here's the latest radar imagery showing the storm is really moving out of the forecast area. $17 minutes to go on this severe storm warning. So as of right now, most people are in the clear. Still some hail though in eastern Logan County. I'm going to leave this on a loop here for a second, and I'll be back. Okay, we are back. All right, so storms are definitely winding down for some, but in our far eastern counties, this storm has actually been upgraded to another considerable severe storm. So, all right, here's the very latest. Storms are moving out of the coverage area, though, so that's good news. Here's the latest radar scan. So, the Fort Smith area no longer under a severe storm warning. And okay, yeah, we're looking at Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma, Fort Smith area. Now, this storm is moving out of the coverage area, but we're still on it because portions of it are impacting Logan County. This storm is a considerable storm for wind, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts for this storm. So now this portion of the line is decaying, and it is producing considerable winds. You see those pinks just south of Russellville? Those are pretty strong winds, up to 70. A little bit of hail too. But the strongest winds are outside of the coverage area. So that is good news for us. Now, tonight, we are expecting some more storms. Hold on, I gotta look at these comments. I think there might be somebody scamming us. Yeah. Yeah, so here's Mega Doppler showing the winds. Now here's the reflectivity again. Northwest Arkansas must be feeling a whole lot cooler. All right. Just gotta look at the. I think somebody was trying to scam us in the comments section. Yeah, so I see your comment, Hayden. As far as tornadoes, we are not expecting that. The severe storm threat is really winding down. Pretty much, it's gone in Northwest Arkansas for the time being. Again, we're still under this severe storm watch. Here it is. So this goes through 10 p.m. But Northwest Arkansas, you're done with severe weather. Bank County, Washington County, Madison County, done. Beyond that, still, notice how we're being clipped by that severe storm in our far southeastern counties, Johnson, Logan County, just being clipped by that storm. And tonight, there will be some more chances for storms too. So this severe storm watch goes through 10 p.m. The threat is pretty much over for us. But later on tonight, there will be some more storms. So here's a feature track radar showing pretty quiet around midnight. Here's 1:30. Could see some more storms. 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, so people asking about specific areas if you're good for the night. So the severe storm potential has gone down a lot. We're still watching it though. And tonight there will be some redevelopments, but as far as severe weather, the potential is going way down. Here's 2:30 showing a few storms developing. 3:30 into the morning hours. So tomorrow morning, on the way to work, on the way to school, for some people, I think tomorrow is the first day of school in Fayetteville. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I think maybe a couple of other cities too. But at the bus stop, you might want to have the umbrella handy and maybe hold off on wearing the brand new shoes to school on the first day because you don't want to get them all muddy. Because we could still see some more rain tomorrow morning. Severe storm threat is going to be a lot less. And then by Monday afternoon, it's going to be an awesome day. It's going to be feeling really good. As the drier air builds in, it's going to be feeling great. Check out this sunset. Fayetteville, 74 degrees. Let's check out. Oh. Looks like a sunset. Check out that post storms. I'm sure it feels so much different. Last time I was outside, it was in the 90s. It was hot. It was humid. But now we're in the 70s. And tomorrow's going to be a lot better too. Okay, cool. So we got a new SPC outlook. Let's look at that. So this is the new update for tonight. So we have been removed from the slight risk of severe weather. I don't think there's a concert at the amp tonight, Alex. But right now we're in a marginal risk. So tonight we could see some more severe weather, but the potential is looking a lot less. Oh, we got some lightning northeast of Waldron. Check this out. Use this. Could watch for some lightning. How about this view though? A Rogers camera. Nice sunset. No concert. Top Golf looks open though. Yeah, so I hopped on this Facebook Live because of those storms that just blew up over the area. But now, pretty much the whole coverage area is done with those storms. So that's good. But later on tonight, we could see some more activity. So I see your comment, Alex, about the allergy report. Let me get that up. This comes out every Friday, by the way. So here's the Friday report. There it is. And after the rain that we've had and after these winds blew over us, I'm pretty sure the allergens will be going down. So that's good news. Now tonight there will be some more storms. What is that view? So here's our graph model. Let's see what it does for later on tonight. So right now it's doing a decent job. The storms are gone. A little bit of activity in our southeastern counties, and it keeps us quiet until around 3 a.m. I think this is underdone because if you look at what the HRRR shows, some activity around 1:30 potentially into 2:30 into around daybreak. And then tomorrow afternoon should be a whole lot better. So, yeah, we can show the jet stream just to show you the cooler pattern and why it's been so active. You might be wondering why we had those storms on Friday, why we had those storms today. It's because we're still in northwest flow. You see the flow over Arkansas. But notice how at this point in time right here, it becomes more northwesterly. That will usher in some cooler and drier air and some quieter weather. Tuesday, we could still see maybe a few storms, but then by Wednesday, storm chances are pretty much gone. And then it stays real nice on Thursday, but Friday into next weekend, the heat will build back in. A little system tries to form in the Gulf of Mexico, though, but I think the high pressure will be too strong over us for that to impact us. But we're gonna have to wait and see. And then late August looks to be a little bit cooler, maybe potentially. Yeah. So the current storm affect our local weather. Well, once the high pressure builds in, I don't think that Gulf storm is going to affect us all that much because the high pressure dictates where the lows will be going. But as of right now, it's 8:15. Severe storm threat is gone for the time being for us, but not for the Little Rock area. So if you know people in the Little Rock area, Russellville, Hot Springs, this storm keeps churning, and this is a considerable severe storm moving into central Arkansas, producing 70-mile-per-hour winds. But it's out of our forecast area, so that's good news. But if you know people in the Hot Springs, the Little Rock area, make sure they know about this storm because 70-mile-per-hour winds are definitely no joke. Can most certainly cause damage. Yeah, but for us, it's looking pretty quiet. And if anybody has any last questions, because I'm gonna have to stop the stream here in a couple minutes because we have a show to record at 8:30, and I have to make that show. It's a little bit tricky because it's not live. If it was live, it would be pretty easy because I could just show current conditions. But because it's taped, I have to get it ready and make sure it makes sense because we're recording it at 8:30 and then it's being played at 10. So that kind of makes things a bit tricky, especially with this active weather pattern. But as of right now, our forecast area, severe storm threat is gone, but we're still seeing the lightning. Could probably see some from Waldron. Hear those storms off to the east. Oh yeah, there it is. But these storms are moving away from the coverage area. It's going to be a good lightning show when the sun goes down for sure. Could probably still be able to see lightning at 10 because we are going to be live on KNWA at 10. So, at least I think. Pretty sure. But as of right now, is 8:18. Thanks for joining us. And if need be, I will hop back on later on this evening. If not, oh, we got a comment from Alex Hall here. Just hopping on. Just hopping on. What's going on, Alex? I'm sure you're talking about Farmington Hail. Yeah, there was some pretty big hail up there by Farmington. We were tracking that hail core as it passed through. And we also had some significant winds too, 70-mile-per-hour winds potentially go through Springdale, Fort Smith. Oh, not Fort Smith, Fayetteville. Friday, Fort Smith had those winds. They even had 85-mile-per-hour winds Friday night at Fort Smith. So this was not as intense as what happened Friday night, but still worth coming on and telling you about it and going on TV. But until then, here's the radar. It's paused at the latest scan. Severe storm threat for our area. It's over for the time being, but I will hop back on if need be. And Josh Rugger will be in later on tonight into tomorrow to take over. So until then, thanks, and hope you stay safe.